How's it going? This is Don Z, your insurance guru, wanting to walk you through just the importance of in and out of network charges, how to figure out who is in network, kind of how to look at it from a carrier perspective, and then how to read some of these documents to see just what you're getting yourself into. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing here, just to kind of sum it up, is I'm going to go over the SBC, the SOB over here. Then we're going to look at an EOB, and then we're going to dive into two carriers just to see how that network does look. So with just about every single medical plan in the state of California, you will be getting an SBC. You can request this from your employer. You can request it from the insurance carrier, and it's going to give you a breakdown. Most likely, if you ask for a plan description, this is the document that you're going to get. Okay. It's about a 12-page document, and it's going to be more of a snapshot than anything else. I would say more times than not in this day and age, you're going to get a PDF version of it sent to you via email. Okay. There are links in this document that you can click. A big link is going to be the one that says EOC. That document is going to take you to a page that's got all of the different benefits of the plan, and it's going to be extremely detailed for you to look in and out. Okay. So what I want to attract your eye to on this is the different columns over here. Okay. What you're going to see is you're going to see your copays in column 1. You're going to see your co-insurance in column 2. And then in column 3, you're going to see your non-network provider and how much they will charge. Okay. But I do want to point out a footnote that is kind of hard to find on this document. So I want to pull up this SOB, your summary of benefits for this. Okay. Not quite as detailed as your EOC, but a nice document, none the different. Okay. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to page 11 on this document. Okay. I'm going to skip all of this type of thing, and I'm going to read this footnote. If services are rendered by a non-participating provider and your plan includes out-of-network benefits, PPOs include out-of-network benefits, EPOs tend to not include out-of-network benefits, you will be responsible for any difference between the covered plan payment and the actual non-participating provider's charge. So we've all received an EOB. And with that, I'm going to come over here just to review this EOB in a little bit of detail. On all of these EOBs that you get from a participating provider, you're going to see what the provider charges. That then gets knocked down to the contracted rate between the employer, the doctor, and the insurance carrier. And the insurance carrier says, hey, by you being one of our in-network providers, you've said that you're only going to be charging $215 for this procedure that they try to charge $31 for. Or for this one, they said, hey, for this mammogram or whatever it is, you tried charging $375, but you've told us that the agreed upon amount is $118.12. So that's the benefit of using an in-network provider when you're on a PPO. Now, say they're not an in-network provider. They bill $375. Your insurance carrier says, nope, you're not an in-network provider. So what does that mean for this over here? So we'll use that $375 as an example. And we'll say it's for chemo or radiation therapy. Okay. So in network, you're going to be paying 35% of that allowed amount after the deductible. So you'd be paying 35% of that. But now, since they're an out-of-network doctor, you're going to be paying 50% of this amount to the provider. So the insurance carrier is going to cover 50% of this amount. And then you get to take that $65 and apply it to this. And this minus 50% of this is what you will be getting invoiced. So it's going to cost you close to $300 to use that non-participating provider on that PPO plan because they're doing their percentage off of their allowed amount. Okay. And that is one of the biggest factors that you need to be picking when you're looking at these non-participating providers. Now, how do you find out who is a participating provider? Well, the number one thing that you want to know and you always want to be aware of on your plan is just what provider network do you have? Saying that you have Anthem or you have Blue Shield or you have UHC and it's a PPO plan is just not enough at the doctor. You need to be aware of what the network name is. So we'll start with UHC. We'll click find a provider down here. We're going to click medical directory. We're going to say that you're on an employer and an individual plan. We're going to say that you're shopping around for this sake. Okay. What you're looking at here is you're looking at all of the different networks that UHC offers. Okay. Multiple of these are PPO, some are HMOs. Okay. So you need to be aware of which network that you are selecting. The core network, for example, is a fraction of the size of the Select Plus network. The Select Plus network would be more of a premier network, and the premium will reflect that. It's going to be the same on Anthem. When you click Find Care, you can't just click any network when you're going through and picking your plan. When you select medical, we'll select California. We'll select employer sponsored. Very similar selections to that of UHC, but different kind of format and different flavor of how they're throwing it at you. You're going to see here, you've got a ton of different networks that you can choose from, and you want to be making sure that you are selecting the right network when you're looking up your provider. Because if you have this select PPO, and let me find it here, it's about 30% smaller than the Prudent Buyer Seat PPO. So if you click Prudent Buyer and you have the select, you find a doctor, chances are that doctor is going to be out of network and you will be flipping the bill for the difference between 50% of this applied to this. So always, always be aware of if you are going to an in-network provider. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Don Z, your insurance guru. Feel free to give me a call if you have any questions.